I'm just seeing more and more of these ideas get some funding and start coming to market. And there was a drought in that sort of activity. It was absolutely fine up until COVID, and then everybody went into hiding, and lots of businesses went down, lots of businesses failed. Those that survived have been very much in survival mode and not in show-off mode. But I'm beginning to get a feeling that we are starting to get, after nearly 4 years since COVID started, Keet Van Zyl, co-founder and partner at Knife Capital, that we're beginning to get a little bit of a frisson happening in your world and in the world of small business.
Yeah, look, thanks, Bruce. I'm phoning you, or we're talking to from Harsendal Wine Estate, where we just concluded the SAFCA Venture Capital Association Venture Capital Conference. So very, very amped with interesting startup stories. And yeah, the industry is alive and kicking, not without its problems, but there's a lot of tailwinds in the VC startup space in South Africa at the moment.
You've just put money into what you're calling a talent on demand platform. Basically, it's a platform where freelancers can advertise their services. It's called Outsized. What's the backstory to Outsized? What is the attraction of it?
Yeah, so it's an amazing startup, founded by Nicholas and Anurag and Azim and Johan van Niekerk. Did an amazing job of a capital efficient business, which just basically mean the angel funding that they had to date, they really turned into revenue. It is high growth. We always look at a rule of 40, which is the growth rate of revenue plus the sort of profitability needs to at least click 40%. It's got its differentiation, and it's multi-country. So basically what it is, it's a skilled sort of talent on demand marketplace for high skilled labor. So as you can imagine, the gig economy as full of like lots of like lower skilled, people type things, but this is more highly skilled. The client base is McKinsey, it's Old Mutual, it's the banks, it's the auditors, it's the Deloittes, it's even other VCs like Sequoia, which basically just need a more flexible workforce globally. And that flexible workforce you don't want to have on balance sheet or on income statement at a fixed cost and sort out leave and all the rest of it. So what Outsized does, as does many other interesting market players into this $5 billion market globally, like Upwork and Catalan, basically they just facilitate that process. So highly skilled workers can choose where they work from. They can choose what projects they go to. The clients can put projects onto the system, and it just works.
And again, because in a digital world in which we live, in a borderless world in which we live in the digital space, this is a platform, although it's African made and built, and I'm not sure where it's domiciled, but it's a platform that can be accessed by anyone, anywhere, whether you are the professional or whether you're the person looking for the skill.
Yes, exactly. So I think that plays very much into this flexible workforce. I mean, highly skilled workers these days want to, especially post-COVID, have realized they can choose where they want to work, but someone has to get them the job, scope that job. So for the client, let's say they focus on financial services and management consulting. So they suddenly get a big client in a specific industry, and they need industry specific talent and lots of it very quickly to be able to earn the fees that they do. But they don't want to employ 100 people onto their income statement for a 6-month project. At the same time, you have highly skilled workers that have chosen to work wherever they want to, and they need access to jobs and a consistent 6 months, 9 months projects, which is not just sort of one client here and one client there. Contracting, there's a bit of AI in there in terms of vetted, talent as well as matching. So which talents are better for which thing? We have 25,000 workers on the platform,
What?
and I mean, yeah, globally, in Singapore, India, Middle East, and South Africa. And the business is surprisingly high margin and surprisingly high growth. So it sounds fairly interesting, sort of interesting when you listen to it. But when you look at the Excel spreadsheet of what these guys have achieved in 5 years, you start wanting to invest.
You've invested, and clearly this is an investment for scale, right?
Very much for scale. One of the interesting things in the due diligence was that the angel investors that came before, I said, they've done a few angel investments, and this one is really one that has, the guys have done what they said they were going to do. So if they look back at their initial pitch deck, they've hit the numbers, they've done what they needed to do, and basically we've got about just under 40 employees. We're going to double the employee base of Outsized. And obviously we want to go into other geographies and just focus on marketing, making the tech a little bit more AI centric to really do matching and contracting and stuff more smart, and ultimately add value to both ends of the party. So it's a typical marketplace business. Obviously we clip the ticket in the middle and provide a massive service for the consultants and stuff. But the main thing is an amazing blue chip client base that pays on time every month, because they obviously need that talent, and create high-skilled jobs for people that can work from wherever. And an amazing team where our values are aligned. It's been a lot of fun closing the transaction. We're very excited.
Thank you, Keet Van Zyl. He is the co-founder and partner at Knife Capital. You can hear the bounce. You can hear